Now 2 consecutive games for the Toronto Blue Jays where they don't score a run. They lose 2-0 today to the Los Angeles Angels, and now lost back-to-back contests. After coming home after winning 6 of 7, you think everyone's buzzing, everything's going great. You don't score a run in 18 innings. 18! Ugly. Just flat out ugly. However, the 92 World Series was obviously celebrated today, and it was a very, very nice ceremony. Lots of great things out there, and it was a jam-packed Rogers Center to see that. That's about it. Unless you're just a baseball fan in general, then you loved watching Shohei Ohtani and Alec Manoah go at it today. Because that's the only thing that's really any positive about today. Shohei was insane. Dotting at 100. His slider was just flat out filthy. Just making the Jays look silly. Like 2 hits in the entire game. The Jays had 2 hits. They didn't score a run on 2 hits. What else can you do? Alec Manoah was fantastic. Got in some trouble there in that inning where obviously Ohtani, they scored their first run of the ball game. The chopper back to the mound from Ohtani. Nice relay, but just a late throw from Bo Bichette. Again, not his fault. Ohtani just runs really well. And then Rengifo hits an RBI single to left field to score the run to give them the lead. And you're thinking, well, the Jays, they're going to score 1 run, right? No. They get nothing. And I thought Alec Manoah pitched fantastic, and that's where I want to sit right now and talk about, because there's really not much else to discuss. Alec Manoah, the talk of the town lately from about Alec Manoah has been, is he running out of gas? The velocity's kind of dropped at times, and the last, month or so really hasn't been the greatest. He's been good, but he hasn't been the great Alec Manoah, who was a starter, or who was an All-Star game starting pitcher there before the All-Star break. However, today, and it could be, the moment, right? Seeing the 92 World Series, whether it meant it probably didn't mean squat to him, obviously, but the jam-packed Rogers Center, knowing he's going up against Shohei Ohtani, knowing it's a big game, he went out there and did a fantastic job. Obviously, him and Ohtani both had high-pitched first innings, but after that, Manoah just dialed in. His slider was on point. His fastball velocity ticked up as the game went along. And he allowed 1 run. Like, you can't fault him for that. He was stellar. Anthony Bass, unfortunately, gave up a solo shot to Velasquez in the top half of the 8th inning, I believe. Or was it the 9th inning? Either way, he gave up a solo shot to Velasquez to give him a 2-0 lead. It looked like a pretty good slider from Anthony Bass, but Velasquez was clearly looking for it. And wall scraper, but they all count. And that gave him a 2-0 lead, and that's all she wrote. The approach to the plate today, look, I wouldn't say it was terrible. They were working the count, at least early on in the ballgame. They were working the counts well. But again, not a lot of hard contact, a lot of guessing with Shohei Ohtani. I don't know how many times I saw hanging sliders from Ohtani, but his stuff is so nasty, and you got to respect the fastball, that they were just buckled. They were buckling at the sliders. Hanging over the middle, they're looking for a fastball. You can't pull the trigger. Or vice versa, right? You're looking for the slider. He comes at you with 100. You can't react in time. It happened quite often today, and that's what good pitchers do. They keep the hitters off balance, and my God, the fact that Ohtani can do what Ohtani does with the bat, and he went out there today and showed us what he can do on the mound. It's just remarkable. We're witnessing greatness here, and I don't think a lot of us really realize that. But let's move on, because when you don't score a run in 18 innings, you don't want to talk about that too much. Tomorrow, though, and if they don't score a run tomorrow, there's a serious, serious issue. Tucker Davidson is on the hill, okay? ERA over 6, okay? 30 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts. Not the greatest. He's basically not a strikeout pitcher, and the Jays are not a team that strikes out a lot, so there's great as well. In 30 innings, the man has walked 22 guys. He has walked 6 more dudes than he has gotten strikeouts. That's terrible. In the 30 innings that he's pitched, he has not been very good. So if you're the Toronto Blue Jays, yes, you've lost this series. And, Detmers was fantastic yesterday. Ohtani was masterful today. But you got to find a way to get back and win column. I believe the Orioles are winning again, and they're probably going to win that ball game, which is insane. And they're going to creep back within a game and a half of the Blue Jays. And with the Rays losing, we're still that, was it half a game back? Or I think it's half a game back of the Rays somehow. And if Seattle wins tonight, they jump both us and the Rays. Like, it's a wild time right now. But the Jays got to figure their bats out. They got to find a way. And tomorrow's a game where if you don't get your bats going, you're really going to go back to the drawing board and figure this thing out. But you know what? I have faith in these guys enough that they'll get it done. I'm assuming Gurriel is going to get back in the lineup. Obviously, Teoscar's x-rays came back negative, so that's always a good sign. But the Toronto Blue Jays need. What do we got here, Steve? What do we got here? Is this the standings update? Oh, did Seattle win today? Oh, great. Seattle won. So would you look at that? So they're tied with the Rays, half a game up on the Blue Jays. So right now we are sitting in the third wild card spot, and Baltimore did win today, so they are now a game and a half behind the Blue Jays. Tomorrow you need to win. You got to find a way to get back and win column and do another 6 and 7. 6 wins in 7 games. You need to find a way to do that again because, the first 6 and 7 did a great job. You buried the Twins. You buried the White Sox. That's nice. You may have gained a game on the Mariners here, or a couple of games on the Orioles, but as we've seen just over the last couple of days, just like that, things can change. You were a game up on Seattle. You were 3.5 up in the Orioles. You're now a game and a half up in the O's and a half a game behind the Seattle Mariners. So if you're the Blue Jays, you need to figure it out and get a win tomorrow. Great news for Jays fans. Ross Stripling takes the hill tomorrow. Obviously, 2 starts since coming off the IL. He has been absolutely fantastic. You need him to continue that. And for the Blue Jays, the key for me is early offense. Get to Tucker Davidson early. Do not allow this guy to somehow get in some sort of groove and allow him to cruise. And Ross Stripling, pound the strike zone. Hopefully has lots of movement on that changeup, and he'll go to work. Because that lineup, as we've seen over the last few days, yesterday okay, but when you're playing Mitch White, Yusei Kikuchi, and Whit Merrifield, you're going to score some runs. Today, you face a better pitcher. You only score the 2. So if you're the Blue Jays, you need Stripling to throw up some zeros, and you need early offense. You got to find a way to get off the schneid, and they really, really need to. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. A little bit of a shorter video, but you lost 2-0. You haven't scored a run in 18 innings. What else is there to talk about? Smack the like button if you like this one, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already, of course. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition tomorrow, of course. And in the finale of the Angels series, we're going to salvage the last game, which Rob and I, and he's here as well, despise saying salvage the finale of the series because it just means you've lost the series and you look to just win a game. But in this situation, that's all we can do. Tucker Davidson and Ross Stripling on the hill for the Jays tomorrow. It's a 1:37 first pitch at Rogers Center in the finale. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not to the ball game. Well, a pitching duel this afternoon. We'll talk to you guys then.